Dios le bendiga a todas las damas. Dios te bendiga, Pastora Marisela González. Gracias por esta oportunidad. Thank you for this opportunity. Quisiera compartir con ustedes un versículo. I would like to read a verse with you all. Romans 8:37. Romanos 8:37. Dice en el nombre del Padre, del Hijo, del Espíritu Santo. Amén. Nay, in all things, we are more than conquerors through him that loved us. Ante todas estas cosas, somos más que vencedores por medio de aquel que nos amó. Mientras meditaba en qué traerle a ustedes, while I was meditating what I should bring you guys, what kept coming back to my heart was the title of the group name. Y era el título del grupo, Mujeres en Pies de Guerra. Y no se me iba de la mente y continuaba en mi mente el título. So quería compartir con ustedes este pensamiento que, como dice el título, Mujeres en Pies de Guerra, significa que ya están listas para la guerra. You're already ready to go to war. But there's something that's very important that you need to do before you can go into war. And it's called a strategy plan, okay? You can't go to war and just stand somewhere and fight and not know what steps you're gonna take and not know what you're supposed to do to win and have victory. And while I was meditating on this, it brought me back, years back, I could remember, I was praying in my room and I was crying so frustrated in the presence of the Lord. And there were situations going on in my kids' life. And I was crying and I was telling the Lord, you know, Lord, I have you number one in my life. I'm seeking you first. Why is this happening in my home? And I was crying and crying, estaba llorando y preguntándole al Señor que por qué circunstancias estaban pasando, y yo estaba llorando y no escuchaba nada de Dios. And while I was crying, I couldn't hear anything of the Lord, right? As soon as my last tear had fallen off, mientras la última gota de lágrimas cayó, entonces escuché al Señor que me dijo, and then I can hear God clearly tell me, what is your plan? The enemy has a plan against your family, and the enemy has a plan against your children, but what is your plan? What is your strategy plan against him? When I heard God tell me that, I got up so quickly. It just lightened my mind up, illuminated my mind in that very moment, and it got me very upset. When you're, let's say, a mama bear, you defend your kids at all times. It doesn't matter who gets in your way. But a lot of times we kind of step away when we see the enemy messing with our kids. We're not as quick to get up and fight for them in battle and prayer and fasting. And the Lord told me, what is your strategy plan? In other words, if you just write out your strategy plan and you present it to me, I'm going to make sure you get the victory. I'm going to make sure that what you're going to fight for, what you're going to get up and fight for, you're going to win. And so I got up so quickly and I got up so upset, and I started literally picking up a piece of paper and drawing out a plan and drawing out what I wanted my end result to be. And I wrote down what I was going to do, whether it was fasting, whether it was praying, whether it was going and anointing them and praying over them and proclaiming the promises that God had over them. We can't allow the enemy to go into your home and just move your sofas, move everything in your home the way he wants it. That's your home. We need to have a strategy plan against the enemy. And the Bible also says in Romans 8, the same chapter of Romans 8, if we go up a little bit in 31, it says, what shall we then say to these things? If God be with us, who can be against us? In other words, if God is giving you the strategy plan, how to rise up and how to be the mujeres en pies de guerra, you're going to conquer, you're going to win, you're going to have the victory. We just cannot fear. You got to stand up and know that when you get up and when you decide to get up and no longer cry for the same situation that's been going on and on, but you get up and you do something about it, God is going to step in and he will give you the victory. You need to wipe your tears. Yes, there's moments that everything hurts, that situations, problems hurts. I'm not taking anything away from that, but you can't stay there. For everything, there's a season. You got to get up and you got to do bold prayers and know that God hears your prayers, that God sees your strategy plan, and he's going to get involved with you, and that you're going to shine through it all, and you and your home will have the victory. So I encourage you today, be mujeres en pies de guerra. God bless you all.